I feel like I've been hiding my age for a very long time, probably from my mid 30s to all the way up through my 50s. And I'm just tired of doing that. I'm tired of feeling ashamed of my age. And the way to change this is I need to change my mindset. So ageism is a huge topic, and I'm sure I'm just going to be scratching the surface, but I thought I would go ahead and share my thoughts about ageism, and maybe also talk about how I think we can fight ageism. After my video starting over after 59, I received so many awesome comments from you guys and basically saying, stop saying you're old, Dana. And it was funny because I kind of really didn't even know that I was saying it. I guess I'm just sort of been, in a way, a victim of ageism for such a long time that it didn't feel any different to me. So when Abigail told me off and said, stop saying you're old, I just had to laugh and say, yeah, it's time for me to change my whole mindset on growing older. When I first became an art director, I think I was 48 years old, and for that particular position, I was with a lot of younger single people without any children. And here I was, a middle-aged single mom, and I felt almost like I was competing against these art directors. And I just felt like, there's no way that I can win or that I could keep up. The funny thing is, I was able to do a good job, just as good job, if not better, than many of these other art directors. But it was just the whole idea of our ages that really it really kind of bothered me. And I hid my age for many, many years. I wouldn't tell anybody at work how old I was. And it was like I was ashamed of my age. I had this internal struggle of growing old. It was around my career, and that was really tough. So now that I have my own small business, I don't have that issue anymore as far as with, my work is concerned. A while back ago, I saw a couple of young guys, probably in their 20s, and they were doing this yoga pose that was a pretty tough pose, actually. And one guy, he wasn't able to do this particular pose, so he said, "Oh man, I'm getting old." And so this actually made me realize that ageism can affect everyone, not just middle-aged or the elderly. It was so interesting that not being able to do something equated to being old. So the definition of ageism is prejudice or discrimination on the grounds of a person's age. So while I was researching this topic, I came across a study by the Yale School of Public Health. And what they did was they included over 7 million people all around the world in this study. And what they found was that negative beliefs around aging could cause accelerated cognitive decline, increase anxiety and depression, and shorten our lifespans to up to 7.5 years. When you think about ageism affecting our health, it really makes this issue a big problem. So I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to be older than I was. I wanted to be older so that I could cross the street by myself or play with my friends after dinner or stay up late and watch TV or listen to music. And then when I was a teenager, I could hardly wait until I could move out and be on my own. Wanting to be older changed probably when I was in my mid to late 20s. That's when it suddenly hit me that I wasn't going to be young anymore. And I think that's one of the reasons why turning 30 was probably my hardest birthday. It's really hard to be judged solely because of your age. People might look at young people and think, oh, they don't have enough experience. Or on the other hand, you could look at more mature people and think, oh, maybe they might not have enough mental or physical capabilities. These presumptions or stereotypes are prevalent in many societies. I think it's so common that many of us think this way, we don't even know it. So I remember when I was a kid, I was told to respect my elders.
Boom. Oh, my so sorry. Oh, wow, what timing? Yeah, 2 yaku. Oh.
No, I tell you, nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
This,
Oh, that's 10 points.
it's broken, so that's just points. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually thought my aunties and uncles were really cool. They would throw parties and they dressed in the latest fashion. They would take us kids out to really fun places. I remember spending summers in Hawaii, and my uncle would take us kids out to the beach after he got off from work. I remember him swimming in the ocean, and after he was done, he would sit under a palm tree and play his ukulele. Us kids would just be swimming until it was time to go home. My grandma, she did Okinawan dance as long as I can remember. She lived until she was 92. However, I think when she turned 80 is when she decided to quit Okinawan dance. I think she said it was because she was too old. I used to love to see her dance. You could see just the happiness and joy on her face as she danced with her friends. It's funny because my mom quit her job when she turned 80 as well. So it's like this belief that once you hit a certain age, you can't do certain things anymore. I wonder if I was affected by what my grandma and my mom believed. I wonder if in our modern fast-paced society that it's harder for young people to have a relationship with older people. I think in a way it's harder for us to have face-to-face relationships anyways. It's almost if we are more isolated from each other, and definitely isolated from different age groups. So I met Pat when I joined Asobi Taiko, and she's in her 80s and she's super active. Pat is funny, smart, and one of the fastest drummers in our group. While she may not be able to stretch her arms and legs out to full extension. She exudes confidence and joy when she plays. I am so inspired by her.
See, I found something.
Okay, yeah. So you found a nice, what is this, fleece?
Yes.
Very nice. What else did you find?
Well, what else I found?
Yeah, hold this.
Okay. I found
you got it?
some.
Okay.
I found some food containers.
Okay,
And
cool.
I found an absolutely beautiful.
That's
casserole.
beautiful. Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Can make a really nice lasagna
Well,
in that,
whatever,
right?
it doesn't matter. It's going to be so pretty that people will love it.
Okay, so ageism is a huge problem, yes. And I know I'm just talking about this in a very sort of surface level, but here's a few tips that I think we could do in order to fight ageism. I think that we need to remember that age does not define us, and that we can all change our mindset about aging. Another way to fight ageism is that we should all have healthy relationships with people of all ages. Also, and me included, we can all stop saying, I'm old, or I'm too young. This is being mindful of negative self-talk. Another tip is, if people are making ageist comments, to let them know. And this could be doctors, friends and family, maybe people at work. I also believe that we need more middle-aged and elderly role models. We need to have these role models so that younger people have something to look forward to and not be afraid. If we have these really positive role models, then aging is not scary. We all can recognize that growing older is a privilege. And my final tip on fighting ageism is keep pursuing our dreams, keep finding our purpose, and keep doing what brings us joy.